YouTube. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. Talking Auburn football here on a casual Saturday night. We're not going to give you too much stuff to think about because I know you all are chilling and trying to enjoy your Saturday night. Probably just got off a couple of beers, maybe some wine or some hard liquor, whatever you may do, or just casually enjoying the afternoon. But we still want to keep this content going, talking about Auburn football. Vernon Speaks for us, Auburn, Kennard Vernon Stewart. And as always, I am your enthusiast and your analyst for Auburn football. Actually, I went to college at Auburn too, so I am an alumnus. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. All right, so I did a video a couple of days ago where I talked about the defense. I talked about the front seven of the Auburn football defense, but what I did do is I was very negligent on that particular video because I left out probably one of the most important pieces, unsung pieces of the defensive line from last season, and that was big man Mr. Tyrone Truesdell out of Lucy Laney High School, Augusta, Georgia, listed as a 4-star recruit coming out of high school. This man is big. He is 6'2", 326 pounds. He gives me Montravius, who was the big guy from the other day, from a couple of years ago. Montravius Adams. No, it wasn't Montravius Adams. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick because I'm tripping on this one. I always get their names mixed up. Montravius. I think it's Adams, though. He's a big dude, plays for the Green Bay Packers. And, Montravius Adams plays for the Green Bay Packers. Now, I'm going to tell you about Montravius Adams. I always get him mixed up with Montavious Atkinson. So that's where the mix-up lies. So forgive me for that, guys, War Eagle. But either way, this big guy, Tyrone Truesdell, Jerry and Handy, Derek Hall, at times, T.D. Moultrie, and as well as Marlon Davidson. And, you throw Derek Brown in the mix. Obviously, Derek Brown and Marlon Davidson, the best two of the best defensive linemen in the SEC. But you got to think about it. Without a team effort, I don't think you're able to maximize the play of Marlon Davidson and Derek Brown. So let's rewind this thing back for all of you guys who forgot. In the Oregon game, what did Oregon do? They felt like in the first half that all they got to do is block down on Derek Brown, isolate Marlon Davidson, and that's the key. And that's why they were able to move the ball pretty well in the first half. But Kevin Steele actually figured this thing out real quick. He took Nick Coe out of the football game, put in Tyrone Truesdell, obviously, and now you have a situation to where you can move Derek Brown and Marlon Davidson around pretty freely. And guess what you got? You got a shutdown. You got that second half where, Oregon really couldn't move the football, only scoring 7 points in the second half, in addition to bringing in Roger McCreary into the secondary. They figured it out real quick. Owen Papo actually swapping out with KJ Britt in the middle linebacker position. They figured out real quick that Owen Papo is a very talented football player, needs to be on the football field immediately. War Eagle. So let's talk about Tyrone Truesdell, though. Big man. Anywhere in between the A gap and B gap, maybe slide down to the C, Tyrone Truesdell is the man you want on the football field. How was Derek Brown one of the best linemen in the country? Because he was able to be diverse. Why was he able to be diverse? Because of guys like Tyrone Truesdell. Because of guys like Marlon Davidson being able to, if you look at it, they could put Marlon Davidson anywhere up and down the line of scrimmage, and the offensive coordinators just couldn't be prepared for it. And that's where Tyrone Truesdell comes in. He's going to be one of the best defensive linemen. I negligently did not talk about him when I talked about the front seven on last week. And I give a huge apology to the Auburn football fan base because a subscriber actually called me out on it like, hey, no love for Tyrone Truesdell. Man, of course there's love for Tyrone Truesdell, because without the play of Tyrone Truesdell, without Tyrone Truesdell actually adding a little bit of diversity to that defensive line, you get the same Derek Brown with full of potential as you had in years past. And yeah, he goes to the NFL, but you would not have gotten the Derrick Brown that you got in 2019 if the coaching staff wouldn't have had the wherewithal to actually make the defensive line diverse. Can they do it this year? I think there are some opportunities there. I think there's some talent there, but that is yet to be seen. But want to give a big shout out to Tyrone Truesdell, because a lot of folks won't give him credit for it, but he is a part of the reason why Marlon Davidson and Derrick Brown were able to thrive on this past season. All right, once again, Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football like a lot of people will and a lot of people won't. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. I am your Auburn enthusiast, analyst, and I actually graduated from Auburn in 2002. Fall, baby. War Eagle.